Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're doing things a little differently. We're ditching the pranks and challenges and diving deep into the dark and mysterious world of unsolved crimes. You know, the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night. We're talking about cases that have baffled investigators for years, cases that have left everyone scratching their heads and wondering who did it. These stories are full of twists and turns, dead ends and false leads, and they all have one thing in common. They remain unsolved to this day. Get ready to have your mind blown because some of the details of these cases are seriously creepy. Make sure you hit that like button if you're as into true crime as I am. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. First up, we've got a real head-scratcher, the Zodiac Killer. This case is like straight out of a horror movie. We're talking about a mysterious figure who terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s and early 70s. This guy was bold, sending cryptic letters and ciphers to the press. Can you believe that? Like he wanted to be famous for his crimes. The Zodiac claimed to have killed as many as 37 people, but only 7 were confirmed. Imagine the fear that gripped the Bay Area back then. It was like everyone was living in their own personal horror movie. The craziest part is that he was never caught. Investigators spent years trying to decode his messages, hoping to find a clue, any clue, that would lead them to his identity. There were so many theories, so many suspects, but the Zodiac's true identity remains a mystery to this day. It's crazy to think that someone got away with such horrific crimes. Next, we head to the glitz and glam of 1940s Hollywood, but trust me, this story is anything but glamorous. It's the gruesome tale of Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia. Imagine this. It's January 1947, and Elizabeth Short's body is found in a vacant lot in Los Angeles. Her body was drained of blood and cut in half. Brutal. The killer inflicted a gruesome smile on her face. The Black Dahlia murder sent shockwaves through Hollywood. The case went cold and remains one of the most infamous unsolved murders. Even in the City of Angels, darkness can lurk in the shadows. This next case hits close to home for many families. It's the story of Madeleine McCann, a 3-year-old British girl who vanished while on vacation with her family in Portugal in 2007. Imagine you're on vacation, supposed to be a relaxing time, and your child disappears. It's every parent's worst nightmare. Madeleine was sleeping in the same room as her twin siblings, while her parents dined with friends at a nearby restaurant. When they returned, Madeleine was gone. The disappearance sparked a massive international search. Theories ranged from abduction by human traffickers to a random kidnapping to something more sinister. Despite numerous leads and potential sightings, Madeleine has never been found. The case remains active, and her parents haven't given up hope of finding her. It's a heartbreaking reminder that even in the age of technology and global connectivity, some mysteries remain unsolved. This case is shrouded in mystery and tragedy. It involves the death of 6-year-old beauty queen JonBenét Ramsey in 1996. Imagine finding a ransom note for your daughter, only to discover her lifeless body in the basement of your own home. That's the horrifying reality the Ramsey family faced on Christmas Day in 1996. JonBenét was found dead in the basement of her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. The cause of death: blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. The case immediately grabbed national attention, partly due to JonBenét's participation in child beauty pageants. The investigation focused on the Ramsey family, with suspicion falling on the parents and even JonBenét's brother Burke, who was only 9 at the time. However, no one was ever charged, and the case remains unsolved. The JonBenét Ramsey case is a reminder of the devastating impact of crime on families and the enduring power of unanswered questions. Hold on tight because this next case takes us back to the Jazz Age, a time of flappers, speakeasies, and unfortunately, a terrifying serial killer known as the Axeman of New Orleans. This guy terrorized the city from 1918 to 1919, and his weapon of choice? An axe, as you might have guessed. The Axeman targeted Italian-American grocers and their families, breaking into their homes at night and attacking them while they slept. The brutality of the crimes left the city on edge, and people were terrified to sleep in their own homes. The Axeman taunted the police, even sending a chilling letter to a local newspaper, claiming to be a demon who spared jazz lovers. Talk about creepy! Despite a massive manhunt, the Axeman was never caught, and his identity remains a mystery to this day. Get ready for a chilling tale at a remote farmstead in Germany. The Hinterkaifeck murders, a brutal crime still talked about a century later. A family on a secluded farm, brutally murdered with a pickaxe. This gruesome scene unfolded at Hinterkaifeck Farm in 1922. 6 members of the Gruber family were found dead. The killer stayed for days, even feeding the cattle. Creepy! Despite numerous suspects, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. This next case is one of the most heartbreaking on our list. It involves the unidentified body of a young boy found in a cardboard box in Philadelphia in 1959. This one gets me every time. Imagine a young boy discarded like trash, his identity a mystery. It's enough to break your heart. The boy, estimated to be between the ages of 4 and 6, was malnourished and showed signs of abuse. The police created a death mask of the boy and distributed flyers throughout the region, but no one came forward to identify him. Despite decades of investigation and advances in DNA technology, the boy's identity and the circumstances surrounding his death remain unknown. The Boy in the Box case is a stark reminder of the vulnerability of children and the importance of speaking up for those who cannot speak for themselves. This next case will send chills down your spine. It's the story of the Springfield Three, 3 women who vanished from their home in Springfield, Missouri in 1992. Imagine 3 women disappearing from their home without a trace, leaving behind their cars, purses, and even their pets. It's a mystery that has baffled investigators for decades. The women, 47-year-old Cheryl Levitt, her 19-year-old daughter Susie Streeter, and Susie's 18-year-old friend Stacy McCall, were last seen at the Levitt home. Their cars were parked in the driveway, and their belongings were still inside the house, but the women were nowhere to be found. Despite numerous searches and investigations, no trace of the Springfield Three has ever been found. The Springfield Three case is a chilling reminder that even in seemingly safe communities, people can vanish without a trace. This case is not for the faint of heart. It involves the discovery of multiple bodies on Long Island, New York, between 1996 and 2010. The killer, believed to be a serial killer, targeted sex workers and disposed of their bodies along a remote stretch of highway. Imagine the horror of discovering multiple bodies, all dumped in the same area, all victims of a ruthless killer. It's a chilling reminder of the dark side of humanity. The first discovery was made in 1996, but it wasn't until 2010 that the case gained national attention when the remains of 4 more victims were found. The killer, dubbed the Long Island Serial Killer, or LISK, has never been identified, despite a massive investigation and numerous suspects. The case remains open, and the families of the victims are still waiting for justice. The Long Island Serial Killer case highlights the dangers faced by marginalized communities, particularly sex workers, and the importance of bringing their killers to justice. Get ready for a case that's as mysterious as it is intriguing. It's the story of the Tamam Shud case, also known as the Mystery of the Somerton Man, which has puzzled investigators in Australia since 1948. Imagine finding a dead body on a beach, with no identification and a secret code hidden in his pocket. It sounds like something straight out of a spy novel, right? That's exactly what happened when an unidentified man was found dead on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. The man, well-dressed and in good physical condition, had no identification on him. The only clue to his identity was a scrap of paper with the words Tamam Shud torn from a book of Persian poetry. The words translate to the end or finished, adding to the mystery. Despite numerous attempts to identify the man and decipher the meaning of the code, the case remains unsolved. The Tamam Shud case is a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the limitations of human knowledge. So there you have it, guys. 10 of the most shocking, unsolved crimes that continue to baffle investigators and capture our imaginations. These cases are a reminder that even in the 21st century, some mysteries remain unsolved. The victims deserve justice, and their families deserve answers. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments which case you found the most intriguing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.